Ellie and Benny are planting trees in the garden behind the house, but they face a lot of problems. Let's watch the video to see what happened with their trees. How do you feel about your trip to the countryside? It's amazing, Mom. Me too. I really want to have another chance to go back there. Really? I'm so surprised. Now tell me, what things did you find out? Mom, this trip was really fun because I could go with my friends from my club. Right. And after this trip, we know that there are a lot of differences between the countryside and the city. What are they? Life in the countryside is more peaceful than in the city. Yes! Why do you find the countryside peaceful? The countryside is not as noisy as here. It is more tranquil. I think it's because there aren't many cars. And the city has a higher population density than the countryside. Correct. Good job, son. I also find that the air in the city is dirtier than in the countryside. Indeed, I really like the fresh air there. The air makes people more comfortable than in the sweltering and dusty air of the city. Good point. Do you know why the air in the rural area is cleaner? I guess it's because the countryside has more trees. Exactly. Well, I find living in the countryside more interesting than living in big cities. Maybe you're right. How about making our house look like the countryside? Good idea, but how can we do that? We can make the house greener. Do you mean we plant trees? Exactly. Behind our house is an empty garden. Planting trees there is a good idea. I'm sure our house will be more similar to the countryside. Let's plant some trees. Sure. Benny, how can we plant trees in the garden? I'm still thinking. Actually, we haven't done this before. Our mom does everything and we know nothing. I think that we should plant trees or sow seeds. Which one is easier? I'm not sure. But sowing seeds will take longer than planting a tree. Well, let's do both. Okay. But what kind of tree should we plant? Or ask Mom, what do we know? But Mom said to leave it to us to decide. Right. I love roses. Can we plant roses? Roses? I don't think it fits. On the trip, I didn't see any roses in the countryside. But it is the most beautiful of all flowers. For me, a fruit tree would be more suitable. For example? Orange or apple? Well, apple is the best choice, I think. Great, so we will plant some apple trees here. I find the location in the center to be the most suitable. Later, when it grows, the tree shadow will cover more than just planting it in the corner of the garden, as you said. Let me think. Okay, cool. I will plant a tree, and you will take care of it. No way! Planting trees is fast, but taking care of plants takes longer. Do you know how long it takes for a tree to grow? So, how are you going to divide the work? You go to school earlier than me in the morning, but leave early in the afternoon. So you will water the trees in the afternoon, and I will water them in the morning. What about the weekends? We will both work together. Okay, it's done. Ellie, come here and see. What happened? There's a worm in the tree. Oh no! I see our tree has strange expressions. It looks more yellow than usual, right? Yeah, a little yellow. And there are a few leaves with holes in them due to insect bites. It used to be a big, strong tree. Of all those trees, it was the most powerful and greenest tree. And the tallest one. But now it has a worm. How can we deal with it? I don't know. We don't have any experience with agriculture. Let's search on the internet. Being bitten by worms may make trees weaker. They said that we have to catch those worms. Ooh, that's scary. But we have to try for our trees. We should do something before it gets worse. No way, Betty! What? Not only one tree, but all of the rest of the trees have also been destroyed by worms. Oh my God. We've been catching worms often. Maybe we did something wrong. What should we do now? I don't know. Huh, there's a greener one. Move it somewhere else so it doesn't get bitten by worms. Okay. Oh my God, what are you doing? What is going on? Is that Mr. David's dog? That's right. It jumped on the seedlings we just watered and knocked them over. Oh my God, only a few trees left. Naughty, stupid dog. Think of a way to prevent it from entering the garden next time. We have a camera. Let's watch and chase it when it comes. But how can we sit all day watching the camera? Think of a way that takes less time and is more accessible. Yes, or make a fence to prevent it from entering the garden area. This is the best solution right now. Ask Dad for help. Let's see what you've done with our garden. Actually, we have planted several plants and seeds. But due to worms and the neighbor's dog, only 2 trees are left alive. These are the 2 strongest plants in the garden. Although they are still small, we will care for them more to help them grow greener. Ellie, Benny, we are so happy when you spend lots of time planting trees. You did a great job. I think you are more skillful now. Thank you, Mom. I worked hard to water them every day. It was me who sowed those seeds. I also diligently studied documents about trees to take good care of them. Really? Well, I spent some time after I finished my homework learning about plants. Compared to before, I am now an expert on trees. I worked harder. I caught the worms. You know, it was so hard because I was so scared. But now, I'm braver. And even though you caught all the worms, they still destroyed nearly all the trees. Better than doing nothing. How about you? Did you do anything? I looked after Mr. David's dog. Without me, how can these 2 trees be left? What did you say? What are you 2 doing? Obviously, I tried harder. I'm more hardworking than you. Aw, look at what the lazy boy said. What did you say? Stop, Ellie. So who wants to take this job?